Hello, Instagram. I hope everyone's good and having a good evening so far. So yeah, I'm on day. What are we on? Day 13. So 13th live today. I'm going to talk about change and about being different, which has been a massive part of my journey. Not being in a box that society wanted to put me in. Sorry, that's the cat, Luna. Shh. Not being in a box that society wanted to put me in. So many people. So if you are watching this, by the way, please drop a love heart in the comments. Hashtag replay if you're watching on the replay. Share it if you feel called. It might be, come here. It might be, someone might want to hear it. You get to meet my cat today as well because she's meowing. This is Luna. Say hello to Instagram. She doesn't want to. Say hello. She's beautiful. She's beautiful, very friendly, but doesn't want to sit in my lap right now because I'm talking. Go on then, stop meowing. Right, so today I'm going to talk about being the change and that being the change before it's normal. So a lot of all these trailblazers, people that do change, that have thought of invented new ideas, come up with new things, when they first come up with them, people think they're crazy. Yeah? Now, I've been branded... I'm on a live video. Fucking hell. Sorry. Joe's obviously about to get in the hot tub and he's just walked into the kitchen in his pants. Anyway, right. Go. You're putting me... You're putting me off. Okay, I'm glad he's got that out of the way. So, being the change is never looked at as good. You know, like in the past, like people have branded me as a weirdo or as a conspiracy theorist or as God knows what other words get thrown about there. I don't really care. Because I've always been open to being able to think outside the box and not think of the way of the norm. And eventually, if you stick with how you believe and how you think, there is one day that you are going to turn around and be able to say, I told you so, or you're going to have set the trend and been the light that the world needs. So many people are so easy to just follow along with everything that's going on with societies, like roots, this is what you have to do, you're at this age, you have to do this, you have to have done this, to do this, you have to have done this, like so many things. And I'm like over here like, but do you? And I've always been that way. And I think that's where a lot of my successes come from, because I've always been open to just questioning the narrative of everything. So anything at all, even if it says road closed, I drive up it. I don't care. Just try it. It says road closed. It might not be closed. But being the change before it's the norm is about being open to having different ideas and stepping out of the change, because people don't like to change. People don't like change. Change is scary. They'd rather stay where they are. And people worry that when they do change, when they make changes, when they do something different to everyone else, people are going to look at them or question them or think they're crazy or stuff like that. So if you have an idea, and even if it doesn't make sense, and people are telling you like, oh my God, why do you want to do that? Go do it. The world needs you to do it. You get these downloads, these ideas that come through into your head for a reason, and we need you to act on them. If Einstein hadn't had the balls to do what he did, we wouldn't have half the things that we have in the world. If most of the visionaries, most of the creators, most of the inventors out there hadn't had the idea to do something, then it wouldn't happen. You know, the first person that said they were going to get an aeroplane in the sky, I'm pretty sure people said, oh, you're crazy, you're never going to be able to do that. People that when they first built a boat, oh, it won't float. Anything that comes to your mind, if you have an idea that you need to quit your job, set up a new job that doesn't even make sense, move countries, if you're just having this download in your head, just do it, act on it. We need you to act on it. I need you to, if you're ever questioning anything, please be the light, step forward and be the person that steps out of that box and says, do you know what? I know this is how it's always been done, but this isn't how it feels right for me. Be the light. Be the light. So important. So I'm going to read something from this book, and I love this author, Rebecca Campbell. It's from Rise, Sister Rise. Like, her books her first book, Light is the New Black, like completely changed my life, to be honest. It was, it opened up a different faith in me that, that's really helped me. So I'm going to read a poem that she's written about Rise, Sister, Rise. When your plans and schemes and your hopes and dreams beg for you to let them go, rise, sister, rise. When the life you have so consciously created all comes crumbling down, rise, sister, rise. When your soul is heavy and your heart broken in two, rise, sister, rise. When you give it your best and it wasn't quite enough, rise, sister, rise. When you've been beaten and defeated and feel so far away from home, rise, sister, rise. When you find yourself in a million pieces with no idea which bit goes where, rise, sister, rise. When you have loved and lost and then lost again, rise, sister, rise. When your wings have been clipped, your spirit dampened, and all you hear is a whisper, rise, sister, rise. When you finally beg mercy to your calling, but have no idea where to start, rise, sister, rise. Rise for you, rise for me. When you rise first, you make the path brighter for she. One of my favourite poems, so true. If you didn't fully grasp what it's talking about, it's about saying no matter what's happening, just keep rising. Keep on rising. Even when you have these ideas and you've got clue where to start, and you think people are going to think you're bonkers because you said you're going to do something that no one else is doing, it's going against the grain. Rise, sister, rise. Just rise up. We need you to. I need you to. God damn, I need more people rising up. Listen, seriously, when you rise up, you find your people. Over the last 3 years, I know I talk about it a lot, but 2020 was a massive, massive shift for the collective and for me, massive. It completely just 180'd my thoughts about the world, and it 180'd how we live. You know, when we look back in history, it's going to be like before Christ and after Christ, and before 2020 and after 2020. Like, I feel like if you're here now, you've lived through a massive change and evolution. And yeah, it's been a time where I have really learned and found my people, because I don't fully open up, but I'm trying to open up and trying to be more about what I believe in, regardless of what it is. And I don't just mean with politics shit, by the way. That's not what I'm talking about. I just mean as in, like, what I've always felt. I've always felt this spiritual calling. I've always felt this belief that there's energy out there. I've always felt that, and now I'm willing to step forward and talk about it, and I'm calling in my people, and I'm finding more people out there like me, that think like me, that believe like me. I'm not bonkers. I've always felt it, and it feels good. You can feel good too. Okay, thank you for tuning in. Have a wonderful evening. Good night.